Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maureen Sullivan. I am a registered nurse. My background is in emergency nursing and chronic disease management in terms of diabetic self-management. And so today I'd like to take a video and combine those two specialties and really focus in on what's going on in the world right now. And so today's video, it's heartfelt, and so I'm excited to share this information with you and hopefully put somebody out here in a better frame of mind here moving forward. But this video is all about emergency preparedness. And like I said, right now as I'm videotaping this, if I turn on the news behind me, there's a lot of emergency situations going on in the city, nationally, in the country. And so without focusing on a hurricane or a tornado or a fire, I just wanted to give an overview of some really important emergency preparedness tips that we can all, myself included, benefit from, especially if you're in a situation now that you are not in the inner circle of a situation that's going on in some parts of the world here, meaning you have time to sit back and take an inventory and realize where you might need to improve your current situation here. So in no particular order, just some review here. I hope something clicks for you. Be sure and leave me a comment as to what you're doing based on the videos and some other ideas that you might want to share with some other people in a future video on how you prepare for emergencies. So like I said, emergencies are just not the hurricanes and the tornadoes. There's flooding, there's electrical fires, anything and everything could be an emergency. And so like I said, it's really important to take an inventory while you're in a calmer situation, not at the immediate threat of an emergency, and figure out what areas you need to improve. Because at the end of the day, pre-planning, my folks, is going to keep you in the safest situation possible. So for anybody with a chronic disease, in terms of you are on routine medication, you should have at least 5 days of medication available to you. And I know that the majority of us, myself included, have bottles and we have more than 5 days worth, but there are a tremendous amount of people, for whatever reason, run out of their medication. They wait until the last pill and then it clicks that they need to call for medication refills, or they're waiting on a mail order refill. So at any given point in time, like I said, you need to have a backup, because in the event that some emergency took place, mail orders and electronics may shut down temporarily and delay your medication. And that alone puts you at a higher risk for health-related issues that are going to surface during this emergency or catastrophe situation occurring here. I personally would recommend, I've done it myself, is to take screenshots and of all your current prescribed medications. So also, if you need to go to a local pharmacy to get a refill during an emergency situation, that you cannot access a doctor's office for samples or a mail order pharmacy, and that you can at least show them legitimately. You cannot go in and go, hey, I was on this medicine. I have no proof of the medicine, but I'm hoping you can give me a few pills. They, in the majority of cases, can credit you, spot you, if you will, several days of medication towards your next refill. It's also a time now is to stock up on non-perishable items. Now, as a diabetic educator, I'd love to be able to do a video and tell you how to count carbs and eat healthy during these stressful situations. But the truth of the matter is there may be electrical outages, there may be water outages and shortages, and there certainly is going to be a shortage of the healthy foods in most of the local markets, because it's going to be tied up on transportation and roadways that are blocked and you name it. I mean, I'm seeing it myself now, and I'm several hundred miles away from a current emergency situation occurring down south. So take inventory and make sure that you have an adequate supply of protein bars, granola bars, packaged foods. Like I said, I hate doing it as a certified emergency nurse and a certified diabetic educator, because these may not be the healthiest, but they're going to sustain you in this short term. They're going to give you enough energy levels and calories to sustain what is going to be a very stressful situation here. Tuna packets, dried cereal, something like that. Consider what doesn't need to be refrigerated necessarily, and also now's the time. Make sure that you have a manual can opener. I can't tell you the amount of people that go, well, I had all these cans, but I didn't have anything to open them with. So note to self. And yes, I did buy one at Dollar Tree myself. If you have any chronic medical conditions that require medical supplies on an ongoing basis, may it be glucose monitoring strips, may it be alcohol prep pads, may it be Band-Aids, whatever, also take inventory of that and what you need to stock up on. And I know that it sounds like I'm giving you a huge list of grocery shopping items and pharmacy shopping items, but I personally find if I just take one or two things off this item and buy them every week, it's a much more acceptable price point at the checkout counter than having a whole cart full of stuff. If a cart full of stuff is available during the early stages of a declared emergency. So like I said, pre-plan and just make sure ongoing that you have adequate supplies available. That also includes a first aid kit, because during a true emergency, access to emergency health care, whether it be emergency medical services, ambulances, or local clinics, doctor's office, and even emergency rooms, may not be feasible for whatever situation. They may be inundated, they may not be able to come to you. So if you have an adequate first aid kit, you're steps ahead of the situation. Then it comes to the basics here. Well, I said they're all basics, but this is a really important one. Stock up on extra batteries and candles and matches. I can't emphasize that enough here. A lot of people go, oh my God, I forgot that, I have this, but I forgot I needed batteries, or I haven't changed the batteries in so long, or I wish I had some candles, or I have matches, but they're waterlogged. So you know where I'm going to go soon on this list here. Also, take time now, folks, and I can't emphasize this enough, to do a clean sweep of the really important information that you currently have in your apartment or your house in terms of medical records, house-related mortgage paperwork, insurance paperwork, and put them all together so you have a grab-and-go situation, because you don't want to lose all of that during a potential flood. There should also be I always say a tote bag, a gym bag, something with some change of clothes in it and all your basic hygiene products. And like I said, that's individual depending on what you use on a daily basis. But again, think you're going old school. You're not going to have potentially access to electricity. So it's the manual toothbrushes, and it's the, we're going to be washing it in hair, but we're going to be air drying our hair. So, I mean, it's just, you have to get in that mindset as you're preparing all of this. When it goes back to this whole list that I gave, though, it's really important. These items have to be in a safe space. And I'm not talking about in a closet as much as I'm talking about in a waterproof, safe-proof, easily accessible place in your home, in your car, in your garage, somewhere like that. But for all those papers, those really important papers, those list of medications and insurance and mortgage and that, put them in several layers of waterproof plastic, whether it be layer and layer of, the lunch bags, anything like that, just to keep them lowering the risk of getting them waterlogged, because those are going to really save you some major time and stress when it comes to the aftermath of declaring and contacting people after you've survived the emergency situation. So like I said, nothing in here is a big surprise. It's all about pre-planning. And unfortunately, a lot of people wait until that inevitable call that says we're under the threat of a hurricane or a tornado or flash flooding and stuff like that. And although you can't stop this 100% of the time, and you don't get those warnings ahead 100% of the time, and you certainly can't evacuate 100% of the time, these basics get you into an optimal situation should you have to ride out whatever the emergency is. So, like I said, not to scare you, just taking a few minutes to really implore you to take time now, especially if you're not under an immediate threat of an emergency situation, and do a household inventory for you and your family. And I guarantee you, in the event that you're under the stress of a real emergency, that you will be in a much better place physically and mentally and spiritually as well. So again, my name is Maureen Sullivan. I'm an emergency room nurse and certified diabetic educator here. For more information, check out your national hurricane websites here. A tremendous amount of information. Leave me a comment and we'll partner up on future videos if need be. So in the meantime, thanks for your time and stay healthy. Bye.